I'm going to go ahead and start recording, and it's 5 after, so I figured we'll go ahead and start. Honestly, guys, Melanie is going to be talking tonight, and her and I were both going to be talking, and I texted her right before this, and I'm like, Melanie, please, dear God, tell me that you have a lot to talk about, because I still feel like I'm in the Hawaiian time zone. I didn't fall asleep till 5 a.m. So Melanie, please tell me that you have something prepared, because I don't have anything. And if you don't have anything, then I will totally come up with something. God will give me stuff to say. So anyways, both of us were going to talk, but it's going to kind of be Melanie talking tonight, because she's actually way more of an expert in this area anyway. And Melanie's like amazing. And if you guys don't know who Melanie is, she's in the bright green shirt. I think you guys all know her. Robin might not know her, but that's Melanie. Melanie and I met on Facebook through the Elevation Church Facebook page. I had to think about it for a second, last summer, and we like became friends. And it was weird. I thought she lived here in Charlotte. She used to, but before I moved here, she hadn't changed her Facebook page. So anyways, we ended up connecting that way, and she became a coach like maybe a couple months or maybe a month after we started talking. She's really good at all the dates and stuff. I'm not good at remembering dates. But anyways, Melanie became a coach, and she's been an amazing coach that's helped so many people, and she inspires so many people. And she's one of my coaches, but she's also like one of my BFFs and like my second mom. And I just love her dearly. Oh, I'm sorry, my cat sounded like it was dying for a second. Melanie has taught me so much. And the topic for tonight's call, we're going to be talking about, what did I call it? The stories that you tell yourself are holding you back from your dreams. And I got this topic when I was in Hawaii. I was sitting there thinking, like, after Lindsay and I did the joint team call last week, and I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, okay, what can I talk to the team about? Like, what is the one thing that really helped me get to where I am today? And, Melanie, if you guys don't know a lot about her, like, she lives a life by design like she did before she became a coach. And she's able to do all kinds of things that she didn't think were possible before. And I'm able to do all kinds of things I didn't think were possible before. And as I was sitting in Hawaii and like talking to you guys last week about belief and sharing my story, I just realized like this is something that I learned at Tony Robbins, and I'm sure Melanie will talk a little bit more about it, but we all have stories and lies that we tell ourselves in our head that are not true. And that's what holds us back from reaching our goals and reaching our dreams. And I know I talk to you guys about this all the time, but honestly, we just have to learn how to get out of our own way to reach our goals. And I had like an ugly cry in Hawaii on a couple of different occasions because I realized some areas that I was getting in my own way. And I'm happy to share more about it next week when we talk. But tonight I really want to give it over to Melanie. And she's going to share her story, and I'm just going to turn it over to her because I'm not even making much sense now anyway. But when I was thinking about the one thing that could give you guys the most value, this is the area that I felt like we should talk about so that everyone can reach all their goals. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute Mel, and I'm going to mute myself back, and I'm going to go ahead and give it over to you, Lev.
Hi, everyone. First and foremost, I love everybody. Even if I haven't met you yet, I love all of you. This is such a gift from God to me. And yes, Jess, you did meet me on Elevation, and it took me about 3 weeks to go ahead and become a coach. And Jess is right. I already live a life by design. I've traveled not all over the world, but many, many parts of the world. I have this life of freedom that's absolutely amazing. Our business kind of went downhill, so I went back to school. I went and got a degree in internet marketing. And last year at this time, I was stressing out a little bit because I had to find a job just because I wanted to use my degree. I set a goal and said that I was going to go work back in corporate against my wishes and my will, but I was going to, just for 2 years, to get down this new industry that I had learned all about. And then I said, I just kept praying to God. I'm a very big believer. Those of you that do know me, God is my A1, number one, and He leads me. And a lot of my personal development is, they call it, everybody gets confused or not confused. Everybody's got their own idea of how we classify things. So a lot of people can say what I do is spiritual development, but in all honesty, I see it way more than spiritual. So I kept asking God, please, 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 I'm going to go do what I have to do, but I was really struggling with giving up my life of freedom. And then Jess reached out to me, and I just actually posted about it today because I'm going back through my same journal. So I have my own personal little time hop. And last year I actually sat and wrote in my journal, oh my gosh, this is just too good to be true. I just can't even believe it. There was a lot of fear. You know, here I live a life by design, but this was fear for me to had to think about this opportunity for almost 2 weeks, because number one, I had a lot of things that were going to hold me back, and a lot of you may be able to identify this with this. First and foremost, I didn't want to do social media. I was going to do mobile marketing. I did not want to do social media. I was only on social media to stay in contact with my family that's on the East Coast, because I moved to California, which was also a dream come true. And I just went blank. I didn't want to do social media. Okay. Second, I don't have enough friends. I don't know any people. How am I going to do this? You know, what am I going to do? People don't pay attention to me. I'm like lucky if I get one like on my Facebook page. You know, I was pretty heavy into Instagram because I love taking pictures. And I was right in the middle of trying to figure out hashtags a couple months before Jess reached out to me. What I've learned, we all have different goals. Every single one of us have different goals. When I started this journey, I said that I was going to work on my transformation for the first 6 months. And then Jess started motivating me, and I started seeing other people really kick it up a notch. Well, so that kind of got in my head a little bit, and I got lost sight of what I was going to do. So we talk about what's in our head. Well, when you start seeing somebody else climb and they're jamming, you're like, oh gosh, I want that. And then that would screw me up, because I'd go start working towards that, but then I'd have a trip to go do, because I travel a lot. And then I'd get sidetracked on the trip, and then so I was kind of flip-flopping all over the place. And at the beginning of this year, I said, you know what? It's no more. Now is the time. Now is the time for me to, I've been working on my transformation. I'm still working on my transformation. But now is the time for me to start helping other people. I do my very, very best. I'm human, just like all of you. And even though my original goal as far as income was not very high, because my husband makes a good income, I still have big dreams, but my dreams as far as big money is 3 to 5 years from now. So I was giving myself some leeway. So we all have different pressures. If you're a person that's wanting to get out of your job, you need to be following what Jess is telling you to do by the T, like Chelsea did. And Chelsea rocked it. Chelsea started a week after me. Oh, no, the day after me. She started 1 day after me. And she's rocking it. And listen, because I'm human, I could say, oh my God, I want what she's got. But no, we have different lives. I don't want to mess up what I've already got going on in my own personal goals, as well as my Beachbody goals. So I have to tell myself in my head, no, I'm going to celebrate every person's success. When you can learn to celebrate other people and not be jealous, you're growing. We're all human. We're all going to have tendencies to be jealous. I always say to people, when they'll watch what I do and travel, and they're like, I'm jealous. And I'm like, well, I would be jealous when I see you go do something, but I've got Jesus. So when I got Jesus, I'm not jealous. So in our head, what we think, what we say to ourselves, your thoughts become your actions. So if you're telling yourself, like I was telling myself in the beginning, and Jess called me out on it about probably 3 or 4 months ago. And it was God. It was all God, because she had no idea that this was my hang up. She said, I feel like I'm just supposed to tell you that I think you're letting your age hold you back. And that's exactly where I was at on that particular day. And then it made me think back when I was trying to get a job with career services at school. That was the one thing they were coaching me on, because I'm 51 years old. And I kept saying, well, nobody's going to want me. Nobody's going to want me. I'm 51 years old. Now I take a look at what I'm doing with Beachbody, and the fact that I'm inspiring so many people. I had to get out of my own way, though. I would send out these invites, and I know if you're new, you might feel this, nobody responds, and you're thinking, oh my gosh. They're thinking I'm this icky salesperson. They're thinking that I'm just trying to bug them, when they don't realize my true heart is to really, really want to help them. Well, I had to get that out of my head, and I had to keep listening to these calls. There was one team call that we had where Melissa went over what she goes through and how she reaches out to people and how she follows up with people. And I took notes on that, and I started applying just that. And then I kept remembering, I had to keep telling myself, this is not about earning $1 million. This is about genuinely helping other people. And people don't care what you know until they know that you care. And I needed to show people that I really, really cared about them. So I did one of the best things you showed me, Melissa, was go look at their Facebook page, see what they're doing, so that you have something to talk about. Because you know, when you're new, you're all nervous. What do I say? You don't realize that it's just as easy as talking to a friend, you know, that you're getting to know for the first time. Maybe you struggle with getting to know someone. Listen to these calls. We listen to the people that have already went before us, that have already done it. And I've learned so much from these people on my team. I go and look at Jess's page, I look at Chelsea's page, I look at Melissa's page, I look at Trisha's page. I look at the winners page, I see what they're posting. But here we go back to the head. I can't get caught up in just what they're doing, because then I become them. I'm trying to be them, and that's not right either. You have to be you. You have something unique to bring to the table. There is something so special about you, and you need to figure out exactly what that is. One of the things that I can help people with, besides just getting in shape, is the whole mind thing. Jess talks about Tony Robbins. I've been listening to Tony Robbins for 10 years. I was so excited when she went to Unleash the Power event, because that's where I started with Tony Robbins. And he's right. You know, it's our limited beliefs. What we're thinking all the time is going to determine what we're going to become. And if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I can't do this, or these people are not going to listen to me, or these people are thinking that I'm pushing them, or you're thinking what other people are thinking about you, period, it's going to blow it for you. But if you get focused on just trying to help someone. Chelsea, you put out a video the other day that was just so for me. It was something about not reaching the goal that you wanted to reach. And I haven't reached all the goals that I've wanted to reach in Beachbody, but I just moved forward on it. But the most profound thing you said at the end, and I've heard it a million times, you know, when we pass away, people aren't going to be talking about the things that we got or the places that I went. People are going to be talking about the impact that I made on their life. What did I do for them? How did I encourage them? How did I lift them up? That's my focus. I can help people and make them believe the best in themselves. That's a special gift that I have. I've always wanted to see the best in other people. I don't care what you are. If you're a bum on the side of the road, I look at you and I see potential. That's a gift that I have, and I want to give that to other people. I want to be very genuine about that. Another thing is the God thing. Okay, I don't know what your beliefs are, higher power, whatever, but since I have this stand, I'm going to tell you what mine are. And I've been through a lot of shit in my life, a lot. That's another thing that I get to bring to the table. I have wisdom to go along. I get to teach other people, you know what, if you're going through this, you're going through a custody battle, if you're going through bankruptcy, I've been there. I can help you out with that. It's all, again, all in your mind. Are you going to let it drag you down and ruin your life? Are you going to say, what, this is just something that's happened and I am going to overcome. I'm an overcomer. But God, God has been my lifesaver. He has helped me through every single trial that I have been through. Even when I didn't even know who he was or what he was doing, when I lived the party girl life way back when I was a single mom trying to find the mate of my dreams, God was there. He was always, always there. And there's something that Jess gave me in preparation for this, and elevation changed my life. And I went and listened to one of their sermons, and I got so much out of it. And again, it's stuff it's just like reaffirmation of everything that I already know that I can spread and help other people with. But he was talking about pruning and how we get pruned and life events. If you are moldable, teachable, and shapeable, and you offer yourself to God, even if you don't have a clear understanding of who he is, you need to get ready because he will prune you. And pruning doesn't feel good, but it is necessary. It's absolutely necessary. You know, when we take little small baby steps towards anything, we teach people this when they're trying to start their journey in fitness. Small baby steps. They lead to gigantic strides, but they're small steps for a long time. God is the great gardener, and I have been pruned over and over and over again. And he's used this job to prune me, you know, and I'm sitting here telling you that we have to care about other people. This job taught me, oh my gosh, I say that I care about other people, but I keep going, I post something and I keep going to my page to see if anybody liked it, to see if anybody commented. That means it's about me, and it's not about me. I had to get over that hang up. I also got hung up on scrolling and looking at what other people are doing, you know. That's another thing that God's saying, don't do, Melanie. Quit focusing on other people. You need to keep your mind focused on me. If you focus on me, I'm going to guide you in exactly everything that you need to do. And that's what he's done. I've developed routines. I haven't got it mastered, but I am consistent in sharing. I am consistent in holding my challenge groups. I'm consistent in forming. I'm consistent in inviting. I'm not very good at closing. I haven't mastered that yet, but I'm not giving up on it. I know that the relationships that I've developed, a girlfriend told me that's a coach here in California, her husband calls it, they're in the hopper. I have tons of people in the hopper. And remember, my original goal was I'm going to make tons of money in 3 to 5 years. My ultimate goal is to take my husband on a 4-month cruise around the world, and for our 25th anniversary in the year 2020. I'm going to make that happen, and Beachbody's going to pay for it, and I'm going to do it for gratitude for all the places he's taken me. And I want to show him. I've told him. He's supported me, and he believes in me in this. So the goals that you have set for yourself, write them down on a piece of paper. And if you have a coach that's pushing you, let them push you. But also stand your ground and what you know your goals to be true, and stand true to those. And, you know, use everybody in the team. I haven't just learned from Jess. I have learned from everybody on this team. That's another thing that I sell when I'm trying to promote and I'm trying to bring people in. I'm not just telling them they're going to get me. They're going to be part of something amazing. I mean, this summit trip, let me tell you what I did with that, okay? My husband told me I couldn't go. I am a woman that my marriage is extremely important. He's my lover. I've got an incredible marriage. And I did something that I would have done this years ago, but I did it, and it caused a big fat stink. I wanted to go really, really bad, so I went ahead and I got an email, and I said, okay, he's asleep. I need to do this now. If I don't do it now, I'm not going to go. So I went ahead and I signed up for payments for my summit ticket because I have a separate account. And I figured I would wait until it got closer to summit and I would share with my husband because I know how important summit is. I haven't been yet, but I'm about to go. And I even said, okay, God, I know that this is not honoring my husband. I know what I've done is wrong, but I'm just going to ask for you to help me out because I know I'm supposed to be there. Well, I needed a little bit of money put in my account 1 month. And my husband happened to sit down and he saw $54 come out for Beachbody. He goes, what's that for? I was busted. OMG, he was pissed off. He was so mad. I just started praying, going, Lord, please, please, please. I love him so much. I had to humble myself and make him understand, Michael, if you'll just be patient with me. See, my Beachbody, my Shakeology's been paid for a while, but my husband's also a coach. So he's the one that helped me go Emerald real fast. So he's buying vitamins. He's not buying Shakeology. So he's thinking about money. Men think about money. So I knew where his mind was when it came to money. And I just said, look, Michael, I promise you this. I made a promise to him. I know you don't get it, but Summit is a game changer. And I have to be at Summit because I know that the first year was me getting my bearings about me. But my second year is for me to explode. And I need Summit to do that. And I said, if you'll be patient with me, I will make sure that I generate enough income to pay for my summit ticket, to get my ticket there, and to pay for my trip. And you will not have to pay that. Well, you guys, it's going to happen. Now, I'm going to be real honest with you. Jess is helping me make that happen. I paid for my ticket with my Beachbody. I'm paying for my flight one way to get to there. And then Jess is going to be kind enough to bring me back to California. She was planning to do it anyway. If I would have had to buy a round trip ticket, I would have had to have my husband's help. So here nor there, God answered my prayer. My husband is no longer angry with me. He understands. He is supportive of me. He is very excited for me. But I did have to do what I had to do to make my thing happen, and Summit was very, very important for me. As far as what Jess keeps talking about is the self-talk, I'm currently doing the whole self-talk thing right now. I've done so many of the personal development books, but I keep going back to the Tony Robbins Unleash the Power. Even though I've been on it 10 years, I have to keep going back to him. He's really, really impacted my life. I'm going back to The Art of Closing the Sale. I listen to that over and over again. Your personal development is so extremely important to get your mind right, to keep all the negative crap out of your head. What you this is what I learned in the sermon today. What you fixate on determines your focus. Anthony Robbins calls that sensory acuity. So if you're focused on you're not going to close them, or you're not going to meet your goals, or you're not going to do this, you're not going to. But if you tell yourself, I'm going to do it, no ifs, ands, or buts, just like me getting to Summit, I was going. I didn't care. Might not have done it the best way, but I made what I wanted to happen. The other thing is try not to impress people too much. It really shows when you're trying to impress. I used to have this hang up on social media about, social media is just a place for people to show off. Okay. Well, that was a really tainted view. Some people do see it that way. It's just a way for you to show off. But I see it as an opportunity to be a light beacon to the world. And if I live this amazing life, why would I not want to share it with everybody? Why would I not want to put something in your face that might motivate you to want to improve your life in any area. If it's to be travel, if it's to get a better job, if it's to eat better, if it's to get in shape, if there's anything in my life that I find absolutely amazing that I can put on social media, I'm going to put it out there. And now that I have that view, I have so many more people coming to me. I have so many more people just reaching out, but I'm just not trying to work Beachbody for them now. Because God is my big thing. I reach out to people and ask them if they need me to pray for anything. If I see somebody makes a negative, stressful comment or something, I immediately jump in a private message and I type them out a prayer. And I cannot tell you how that's helping me build credibility. It's making people see, okay, well, she's not just posting about God. She's serious about God. She is serious about what she's sharing. And that's the most important thing. You need to be authentic. I know we're all still trying to figure out. I mean, I'm 51 and I'm still trying to fully figure out who I am, okay? I think that's part of God molding and shaping us for the rest of our life. Don't ever think that I've arrived there. I've been allowing God to work on me for 10 solid years now. So you got to figure from all my life up until 40 years of age, I did things my own way. And for the last 10 years, I've been doing it God's way. So I still have some behavior patterns that aren't fully broken from, 40 and back. Control freak is one of them, controlling what happens. That's an area that I've had to truly, truly let go. Beachbody's helped me with that. We can only control what we can control. I can't control how somebody responds to me. I can't control if somebody tells me no. But what I can do is not let it bother me. Move on. Don't get pissed off at them and say, well, I'm just not ever going to reach out to them again. No, just have to calm down, chill out, and go back at it and reach out to other people. Another area as far as mindset is when you're trying to reach others, try to reach them on their level. Try to take a look at where they're at in life. And honestly, Facebook's a beautiful thing to help us do that. I mean, some people aren't as forthcoming on what's going on in their life, but some people are. Celebrate what those people are doing. It'll get your mind off of you trying to impress other people, and then you'll become more and more and more genuine. The more you practice a lot of these behaviors of becoming selfless, allowing God to mold you and shape you, and thinking positive thoughts, working on your personal development, the more genuine you become, the more authentic you are, and the more credibility you build with other people, and they're going to want to be part of what you got. Watching what's taking place in this team, just watching Jess's business explode, watching what you're doing, Chelsea, it blesses my heart above and beyond measure. And, my goal is to be diamond. My original goal was to be diamond when I was my anniversary, which is June 25th. And then I moved it up to June 14th. I'm just 3 days away. It's not looking real promising right now that I'm going to reach my June 14th goal. But I will tell you this, I feel deep within my heart, because my original goal, Jess is the one that helped me change it a bunch. She was like, come on, Mel, if you want to do it, you can do it. I'm like, you're right. You know what? I can. So I kept changing my goal. But again, I didn't let that mess me up. Every time she would motivate me to think of the possibility of changing that goal and moving it up, I went with it. And I tried. And then travel would come. And then I'd miss the mark again. And that's okay. So I might miss this mark. But I really, truly believe that I'm going to hit my diamond goal by my year anniversary. I've got so much working. I'm so close, and I'm going for it. But I will tell you, one of the most exciting things is my paycheck is finally growing every single month. And that is exciting to me. I've already reached the financial goal that I wanted to reach for a year. I wanted to make $500 a month by the time I was doing it a year. I've already met that goal. So whatever your goals are, write them down. Know what your why is. Know what your why is. If you're succeeding in all of this and you don't have faith, I commend you. But if you look at all the gurus that are in multi-level marketing, that's one of the things that I love about this business. Every single one of the people that I've come across, that I've listened to, they've got a great faith base. A lot of them have, is it Danny Johnson, I think? You know, she talks about her story and how, you know, she went to the top and came crashing down. A lot of these people realized that they had to learn that it wasn't about them. It truly was about helping other people and sharing the opportunity with other people because you want to change their life. Make it about others and not about you. And the more and more and more you can do that and get outside of yourself and your own head, the more happier you're going to be, the more you can celebrate what everybody else is doing, and the more content you're going to be, and the more you're going to reach your goals.
Mel, can I interrupt you real quick?
Yep, I was just about done. So you get on down.
Well, we have less than a minute, so I was just going to ask if you had any takeaways that you had for them real quick before it hangs up. And to just say real quick, too, I know some of our new coaches are on here for our group GSR call at 8:30. So if you guys are on here, just use the same link to come back on for all of you new coaches. So Mel, go ahead and close out the call, and thanks so much. You're awesome.
Oh, I just want to thank you all for allowing me this opportunity to speak. And I look forward to getting to know all the new coaches and everybody in the team. And I think you're all awesome. And let's just keep changing the world together.
Love it. Love you. All right, guys. I'll see the rest of you next week. And for all of you new coaches, just go ahead and restart this same link. Bye, guys. Love you all.
Bye.